So let's read the second session of Lamentations, left off of verse 11. Her people groan as they search for bread. They have sold their treasures for food to stay alive. O Lord, look, she mourns. See how am I despised? Does it mean nothing to you? All you who pass by? Look around and see if there are any suffering like mine, which the Lord brought on me. When he erupted in fierce anger, he has sent fire from heaven that burns in my bones. He has placed a trap in my path and turned my back. He has left me devastated, racked with sickness all day long. He wove my sins into ropes to hitch me to a yoke of captivity. The Lord sapped my strength and turned me over to my enemies. I am helpless in their hands. The Lord has treated my mighty men with contempt. It seems like we read this verses over again here. When I walk away from we're using an electronic Bible on my phone here. It moves by itself. I marked it where we left off at here. So it looks like we're really on 16. So we read those verses again there. Someone's been playing on my gadgets. I don't know who it is. But God bless them, whoever you are. The Lord has treated my mighty men with contempt. At his command a great army has come to crush my young warriors. The Lord has trampled his beloved city, like grapes are trampled in a winepress. For all these things I weep. Tears flow down my cheeks. No one is here to comfort me, and who might encourage me are far away. My children have no future, for the enemy has conquered us. Jerusalem reaches out for help, but no one comforts her. Regarding his people, Israel, the Lord has said, let their neighbors be their enemies. Let them be thrown away like a filthy rag. The Lord is right, Jerusalem says, for I rebelled against him. Listen, people everywhere. Look upon my anguish and despair. For my sons and daughters have been taken captive to distant lands. I begged my allies for help, but they betrayed me. My priests and leaders starved to death in the city, even as they search for food to save their lives. Lord, see my anguish. My heart is broken, and my soul despairs. For I have rebelled against you in the streets. The sword kills, and at home there is only death. Others have heard my groans, but no one turned to comfort me. When my enemies heard about my troubles, they were happy to see what you had done. Oh, bring the day you promise, when they will suffer as I have suffered. Look at all their evil deeds, Lord. Punish them, as you have punished me for all my sins. My groans are many. I am sick at heart. Wow. Why would Jeremiah say something like that? Interesting that he'd say something. That's the last verse of Lamentations chapter 1. Why is he blaming himself? Well, so that's what happens when we fail to do something. We kind of beat ourselves up, don't we? I know I do. When I fail, I always beat myself up. I'm like, sometimes I even punch myself. Not so hard, because I don't like failure. Nobody does. When we try to do something, we try to succeed, and then we don't end up doing it, we kind of beat ourselves up. So Jeremiah is saying, punish me, Lord. Don't punish them. It's a sense of Jesus, right? Jeremiah and Jesus, because Jesus transferred all the sins of mankind to himself. He's like, don't punish them, punish me. Their sins are on me now. I'll take their sins for them. And we can see the reflection of Jeremiah. He failed. It's not his fault, but he's still blaming himself. He's like, I failed to save Jerusalem. I failed, Lord. I failed. I'm sick. I'm the one sick. But really, he's not the one sick. It's they're sick. They're the ones that are sick in the head. You know? And Jeremiah can't help but to beat himself up. We gotta watch out. You know, we can hit ourselves. You know, and it's only so much that we can take. There's no point of that. You know. God is saying, you know, there's enough blame to go around. But you're not to blame, Jeremiah, because you're one of my class A prophets. It's the king's fault. These kings, they don't believe you that I sent you. Now they're reaping the repercussions of what's happening to their city, and now Jerusalem is scattered all over the map. You see the prophecies of the Jews being scattered all over the map here from the Bible days. So if you're in denial of the Bible's real, then you're in denial, because the Bible is real. I'm getting hiccups again here for some reason. Every time I try to get in deep in the scriptures, the enemy attacks me with these hiccups. So obviously, God is going to use Jeremiah to do more, but Jeremiah is feeling down right now. Let's see if Jeremiah picks back up. He just seen a lot of people get slaughtered and taken captive by Babylonians. So you know, he's still trying to mourn for these people, in a sense, mourning and you know, see if Jeremiah can pick himself back up. I think he'll eventually will. You know, just give him some time, give him some couple weeks to recover from this. But God is, when God does something, He does something. He don't care if a prophet of God would try to stop him. You see that in other writings. When God wanted to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, He's like, can you not do that, God? Can you hold up on that? Even His prophets are like trying to save Sodom and Gomorrah. We're like, no, I'm gonna throw an asteroid from space, and they're all gonna disintegrate. I'm not, even though you're my prophets, you guys get out of there, get out of Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm about to nuke them. I'm about to throw an asteroid. They're all gonna die in this terrible ball of fire. Exactly what happened. So God saved the prophets of God. So God saved Jeremiah. Obviously, Jeremiah was not part of this pillage. You know, God will save His own before He does something. Even the prophets of God couldn't stop from Sodom and Gomorrah being annihilated. When God does something, He's going to do it. Nobody can stop Him when He made up His mind. You know. However, there are other circumstances where one prophet prayed for a city and God stalled the punishment for that city. You see that as well in other writings. So sometimes God will give people chance after chance to change, you know, change their ways, repent. But one day the grace is going to just stop right there, and the next thing you know, you might just, if you're in the sinful world, you might pay for it. You might just die right there, you know. I mean, there's a lot of sinful things that can kill you in this world and destroy you. So you have to be careful with sins. And when you get close to God, God will help you work on your sinful nature. All of us have sinful natures that we can work on. And you know, I've been a Christian since 1999, and I'm still working on some sinful desires I have. You know, I have to give it to God, and God is able, though. Jeremiah will eventually pick back up. He's feeling down right now. So that wraps it up for the book of Lamentations, the first chapter. I'm your host, Soshi, with this Calvary Chapel channel. And if you guys have any prayer requests, drop me a comment, and I'll pray for you. And I'll have other brothers and sisters pray for you as well. Until then, God bless you and your families. And, you know, don't let this world get to you. It's small compared to the bigger things to come. Thank you, guys.